The greatest creator's judgment of humanity occurs at all times and in all places. Xiefeng. All major religions mention Judgment Day, or the judgment by the king of hell in the netherworld. However, after exploring the 36-dimensional spaces, I haven't discovered a designated place for judgment. The greatest creator has never assigned a fixed date for a collective or individual judgment of humanity. So, how did this notion of a judgment day originate? One reason could be a mistaken understanding of divine teachings. Those who recorded the words of gods or Buddhas might have misinterpreted the meanings or added their own cleverness and wisdom when translating the divine words. The other reason is that people mainly focus on outcomes, neglecting the processes that lead to them. People see death as life's conclusion, ignoring the process itself. Consequently, they believe that death marks life's end, and after death, souls face a final judgment. Such beliefs are erroneous. The concept of Judgment Day blasphemes the greatest creator, confuses humanity, and exacerbates life's hardships and misfortunes. It's a kind of magical power, a spell, a barrier and hindrance placed within human consciousness. The greatest creator's judgment and selection of humanity, both collectively and individually, occur anytime, anywhere. There is not a final judgment. It's immediate, executed by Tao rather than by gods, Buddhas, or any celestial beings. How does Tao judge people? Up to this point, I've outlined in other articles what Tao is. In the Bible, it says, Tao is the greatest creator. However, there's a meaning not yet revealed. The greatest creator is not Tao. Tao is the greatest creator. The greatest creator is not Tao. How to understand this? Mao Zedong thought is Mao Zedong, but Mao Zedong is not Mao Zedong thought. Wang Mazi's consciousness is Wang Mazi, but Wang Mazi is not consciousness. China's laws represent China, but China is not its laws. Tao manifests itself in nature, means Tao follows the will of the greatest creator. The will of the greatest creator corresponds to the spirit of the greatest creator. Tao and the spirit of the greatest creator are synonymous. Although the meaning of Tao is vast and profound, in this context, Tao is specifically defined as the spiritual law that upholds the orderly functioning of the universe and the cycle of life. Although the Diamond Sutra may not explicitly expound on the concept of Tao, those of superior wisdom who comprehend the sutra would undoubtedly understand that what Shakyamuni Buddha repeatedly elucidates is essentially Tao. All phenomena are illusory. The Dharma cannot be grasped, expressed, nor is it truly Dharma or non-Dharma. What is referred to as the Buddha's Dharma is, in reality, not the Buddha's Dharma. The Dharma is neither real nor unreal. The Dharma is a quality, without high or low. Regarding the Dharma, there is no notion of extinction. That which is referred to as the appearance of the Dharma is, in fact, not the appearance of the Dharma. This is called the appearance of the Dharma. All sages are differentiated by the Dharma of non-attachment. If we purely understand Tao as the greatest creator's law, it might lead us to liken the greatest creator's law to the country's laws. It's easy to regard the greatest creator's law as dead dogma. The laws of the greatest creator, Tao, cannot be fully explained in words. Why? Because the greatest creator's law is spiritual, alive. Laozi and Buddha earnestly imparted to us this layer of meaning regarding Tao. Now we understand. Tao is the spiritual law that sustains the orderly operation of the universe and the cycle of life. So, let's see how Tao judge humanity, both collectively and individually, at any time, in any place. When Chinese people cook, it's inevitable that frying and cooking will lead to the accumulation of grease around the kitchen walls and ceilings. We have to ask whether this layer of grease formed all at once or gradually built up with each instance of frying and cooking. Look inside a smoker's teeth. They turn dark due to smoking. When did this discoloration occur? Not after one cigarette, right? It's the accumulation of repeated smoking. When someone suffers a sudden heart attack or stroke, is it caused by a single instance of low vitality or inadequate blood supply, or an immediate surge of heart fire? Unlikely. Was the sudden earthquake in Tangshan the result of a single tectonic shift? Does the emergence of a dust storm result merely from pulling out a few blades of grass or cutting down a few trees? When someone is abruptly elevated to a central government position, is it purely coincidental? When someone unexpectedly gets a chance to study abroad, is it solely an opportunity? When someone dies in a car accident, is it just misfortune? Aren't there accumulations of various factors behind these events? 10 years to nurture trees, 100 years to cultivate individuals, gathering streams to form rivers, accumulating grievances to lead to disasters. If one consumes 9 steamed buns, does it mean only the ninth bun satisfies hunger, while the preceding 8 are wasted? Is poverty the fault of the heavens? Does it not have its own causes and consequences? Is it unfairness of the greatest creator? When a billionaire is suddenly assassinated, does it lack causes and consequences? Is it the injustice of the heavens? Without the accumulation of quantity, there can be no qualitative transformation. Without personal effort and dedication, there can be no happy life. Without profound contemplation, wisdom is unattainable. Without the manifestation of love, the spirit will not descend. Without spiritual living, one can never enter the higher realms of life. Enumerating the above simple truths, I want to illustrate that the judgment of Tao on humanity, punishment, and reward is happening at all times and everywhere. When thirsty, drink some water to solve the problem immediately. When in need to urinate, release it promptly to make the body comfortable right away. In an instant, there is eternity. Understanding that the judgment of Tao, reward, and punishment is immediate, accurate, impartial, and intangible, a life of wisdom should be lived like this. Regardless of the circumstances, rich or poor, influential or powerless, renowned or scorned by others, the key is to pay attention to one's next action. Avoid punishments from Tao and strive to receive rewards. Specifically, first, believe in the greatest creator and hold gratitude in your heart. Second, listen to the teachings of gods and Buddhas. Do not dismiss them as superstition. The teachings of gods and Buddhas are treasures of wisdom and the guidebook of life, absolutely devoid of any malice. When tempted to engage in corruption, remember that Tao is present. Tao wields a knife in one hand and holds the gem of life in the other. If you engage in corruption, the knife will be at your throat. If you resist corruption, Tao will embed the gem of life in the non-material structure of your life. Likewise, when you have trash in your hands, do you casually throw it on the street? Or do you take a few extra steps to put it in the trash bin? When seeking revenge, do you continue to retaliate and harm others? Or do you forgive and show mercy? When encountering a prostitute, do you engage in promiscuity? Or do you go home to your spouse? When presented with a bargain, do you scheme to take advantage? Or do you live an honest life? At the entrance of a casino, do you go in and gamble? Or do you turn and leave? When a brother or sister is in trouble, do you do your best to help? Or do you abandon them? When faced with conflicting interests, do you compete? Or do you yield? When you see the nation on the verge of collapse, do you actively strive to turn the tide? Or do you act opportunistically and add fuel to the fire? Sow thorns, and they will obstruct your path. Plant willows, and you will not taste apples. Reap what you sow, gourds from gourd seeds, beans from bean seeds. Divine punishments, though slow, are always sure. With big meshes, yet letting nothing slip through the law of cause and effect is precise to the smallest detail. Human management often leads to numerous mistakes due to insufficient wisdom and spiritual flaws, whereas the operation of Tao never errs. The greatest reward by following Tao is the evolution of your life's non-material structure towards a higher level of life. Understanding this principle, even if someone were to offer us all the treasures in the world, we would remain unmoved. Ascending to this level of life allows one to act effortlessly and tread the path of life smoothly. Tao is judging us at all times and in all places. Let us follow Tao.